Thank you. Now, greetings everyone. Hello, and I'll be speaking about information security. So about me, I'm Nyuyyu Tatah. I'm actually studying for a bachelor's in degree in applied computer science. I'm a team lead here at WirfonCloud and also an AWS Restart instructor at coding school. Alongside, I'm also a working student at Deloitte in the Cloud Transformation and System Engineering Business Unit. Due to my passion to spread the word about AWS, I was accepted last year, March, in the AWS Community Builder program. I'm also twice AWS certified. So I've attended at least for now 2 AWS summits in Berlin, and though I wasn't able to attend the AWS re:Invent in person, I did register for the online version and did follow it as well. And I encourage everyone to check out the keynotes online. So as my colleagues Yolanda and Tekla did mention last year, during the AWS re:Invent, a couple of services were launched and some new services were also introduced, and also new features for existing services as well. So today, the services I'll be presenting will revolve around information security. It has 2 main sections: the threat detection and monitoring, and also data protection and privacy. So let's start with threat detection and monitoring. So security teams face a couple of challenges, and it can be summarized into one sentence: the analysis of enterprise-wide security data. This challenge is due to various reasons, and I would give 3 of them. Firstly, you have growing volumes of security data. So security logs, the growing number of security logs provided by applications. This challenge is also due to either inconsistent data or you have incomplete data. Like, for example, you could have DNS logs in many formats, and it would require that the security teams should perform queries. And at the end of the day, there are uncertainties if the queries were done rightly due to the heterogeneity in the data. Last but not the least, you have lack of ownership of data. So analytic solutions, most enterprises uses analytic solutions that are provided by third party. And sometimes these analytic solutions give the data to companies within a limited time frame, say 30 days. And this time frame is not enough to get insight in the data or discover some patterns. So a solution to this is having a security data lake. So what's a data lake? So it's data. A data lake is designed to store files and other security data. So a solution that was provided by AWS is this Amazon Security Lake, which is a new security service that automates the sourcing, aggregation, normalization, enrichment, and data management of security-related data across an entire organization into a security data lake. So it makes data broadly accessible to customers and security analytics solutions to power use cases such as threat detection, investigation, and incident response. So this data lakes comes with various advantages. For example, you would have this reducing operational complexity to collect security logs and events and make data storage and query efficient. So it also provides, with this security data lake, you're provided with control of what gets ingested. And the data is then always available for you. Nextly, the data, you have direct access to the data, and it's possible for you to build a custom analytic machine learning apps or machine learning apps. So how does it work? So basically, you could have logs from AWS services like Amazon VPC logs, CloudTrail logs, Route 53 logs, or even S3 logs. You could have logs from enterprise security solutions such as Cisco, and yeah, you could also use other analytic solutions, some provided by AWS, such as Athena, Amazon Detective, or you could use other analytic solutions provided by other platforms like IBM. So basically, with Amazon Security Logs, you choose what data you want to ingest and retain, and what analytics solutions you want to use and make things happen for you. So there are at least 37 partners that have already announced integration with Security Lake, either as a source or a subscriber of data, or both. So Security Lakes supports third-party sources, including Cisco, CloudStrike, CyberArk, JupyterOne, and many more. You can also use third-party security automation and analytic tools supporting Security Lakes, including Cisco, Datadog, IBM, Rapid7, Trellix, and many more. So now there's also an expansion in GuardDuty. Maybe a reminder here, GuardDuty is a security monitoring service that analyzes and processes data sources such as AWS CloudTrail data events for Amazon S3 logs, CloudTrail management event logs, and also DNS logs. So the new features include incorporating new machine learning techniques that model RDS login activities to accurately detect suspicious logins in RDS databases. Secondly, we all know how challenging it is to receive an alert that something is anomalous, and we all want to know the reason why. So with new security findings that offer rich context, you can quickly answer questions such as what database was accessed, was it accessed from, and has this user previously accessed the database. GuardDuty also released an integration into AKS in January, and now GuardDuty can now alert against threat inside containers. It can also monitor operating system level behavior, such as file access, process execution, and network connections. Also, for example, GuardDuty can also identify a container trying to connect to a malicious endpoint. So this new feature of GuardDuty now comes with advantages like improved safety, high performance, and more visibility. There is now an added support for AWS Lambda functions. With this expanded capability, Amazon Inspector now identifies software vulnerabilities in application package dependencies used in Lambda functions code and associated layers. A gentle reminder of what Amazon Inspector is. It is a vulnerability management service that continuously scans your AWS workloads for software vulnerabilities and unintended network exposure. Last but not the least, for threat detection and monitoring, we have Amazon Macie, in which now it introduces automated sensitive data discovery. For a quick reminder, what's Amazon AWS Macie? Oh, yeah, Amazon Macie, sorry. Amazon Macie is a data security service that uses machine learning and pattern matching to discover and help protect your sensitive data. With this new feature, Macie can now automatically analyze objects in your S3 buckets, inspect them for sensitive data such as personal identifiable information. Now it enables cost-efficient and broad visibility into sensitive data stored in Amazon S3 across each AWS account. It also helps now to guide decisions to perform targeted investigations of specific S3 buckets. Moving now to the next category, data privacy, data protection and privacy. Now, AWS KMS. So this is a managed service that helps you easily create and control keys used for cryptographic operations. So AWS, because of the need of customers to have maybe their own dedicated hardware security module, AWS Cloud HSM was created. So AWS Cloud HSM service helps you meet corporate, contractual, and regulatory compliance requirements for data security by using a dedicated HSM instances within the AWS Cloud. So let's come to the new feature that was introduced here. We have AWS External Key Store, XKS. So why do we have this? This is for customers who want to protect their data with encryption stored outside of AWS Cloud. So it extends the existing AWS KMS custom key store feature beyond AWS Cloud HSM to keys in on-premises HSM. So let's make a brief comparison between XKS and the standard AWS KMS keys. So what stays the same? Basically, AWS KMS APIs for symmetric encryption will still be identical. There'll still be same pricing as other AWS keys, KMS queues and API operation. So what's new with XKS? The customer now owns availability, durability, performance, and latency of boundaries of key operations. Now, another one is that they will now be operating and licensing costs for external key manager system. So that's it for XKS. We now have AWS Weka. So as remote collaboration becomes the norm, private, secure, and compliant business communication becomes even more critical. So with this in mind, this service was introduced. It is an on-premises and SaaS-based end-to-end encryption service that supports secure one-to-one and group calling messaging, voice and video calling, file sharing, and screen sharing. It enables teams to effectively collaborate in a secure environment. So here are a few characteristics of this. So it's a single product with full site of collaboration capabilities. So it's a data retention service. So it supports archiving and data privacy protection of your communications. So it's a federated software as a service. self-hosted, and air-gapped deployment options. It also has advanced end-to-end encryption. So with AWS Weka, customers can be assured that they 100% own their data and only they have access to it. So mathematically, it's proven that no one can gain access to customer data, not even Weka or AWS. So Weka expands the AWS focus on supporting our customers on their zero trust journey with zero trust collaboration tools that are encrypted, end-to-end protection against both internal and external threats. So kind of a reminder for what is this zero trust. So zero trust is a security model centered on the idea that access to data should not be solely made based on network location. So it requires the users and systems to strongly prove their identities and trustworthiness them and enforce these fine-grained identity-based authorization rules before allowing users to access the applications, data, or other systems. So basically, that's all. And as to conclude, I want to re-echo what my colleague Tekla said. I mean, we noticed that AWS is fully committed to its leadership principle, customer obsession. That is starting first with the customer and then working backwards. This is due to the fact that we see that many of the new services or innovations made by AWS almost revolve about the needs of their customers. Thank you for your attention.
Great. Thank you very much, Nyuyyu. Great to hear again. So just a quick one again, being a student and being involved with the community, and so far what you've observed with AWS, right? You've talked about informational security. I don't know what caught your attention on security, but what is your feeling, right, getting involved with learning cloud computing and AWS and seeing what's been happening everywhere? It's quite amazing. You've been to already to 2 summits, so you are definitely no stranger at the summit. So what is your feeling so far, and what will you say for those who are just basically starting or who don't know much or who could be like you? Yeah, so just tell us what you feel.
Firstly, I would say meeting AWS during my studies gave me a sense of direction because, of course, the IT is very broad. Like there are many things out there to do. And it's also very important doing something you have passion for. So these summits, like the AWS Summit 2019 to be precise, it's what made me say, okay, I'm going for AWS. This is what I want to do. And yeah, I saw it important starting now and not waiting for when I finish my studies first. And I would say anyone starting now, it doesn't matter if you have an IT background or if you have one, just get into it. I mean, here at WirfonCloud, we also have many people ready to support one another, and that's also the support I need. It doesn't mean that me studying IT meant that it came easy for me as well. No, it wasn't easy. I had support from my fellow teammates, like also things like in networking, like with Aquafese, who he helped us a lot in that field. So I would say cloud computing, it's very interesting. I mean, if you're here, then someone surely convince you that this field is a very interesting one. It comes with the money as well for those people that want good salaries and also flexibility. So go for it, try it. And again, the cloud computing field is again much more broader. So there are many things for you to experiment and try. So that's basically it.
Great. No, thanks you for that. And I hope many people get inspired from that. And